Since 2009, Southeastern Automotive Group has been buying for and selling to most of the franchise dealerships in the area. What if you were able to bypass the big dealerships with the big markups? Buy direct from the supplier. Save thousands of dollars on your next vehicle purchase. Have a trade-in? No problem. With used vehicles in such high demand, Southeastern Automotive Group has dealers ready to buy your trade. If Southeastern Automotive Group doesn't have the perfect vehicle for you, using their vehicle locator program, they will have it shipped in without any hassle or haggling you hate. With over hundreds of thousands of cars available at auctions across the nation, your next vehicle purchase is just a click away. ESP Specialist in Fabrication is located at 169 Little Phoebe Church Road in Folkestone, Georgia. President Mark Pickering and his employees utilize the latest technology with a skilled workforce to supply customers with the best custom fabrication possible. Serving clients at home and abroad makes ESP a premier employer in Charlton County. For all your specialty and fabrication needs, contact ESP at 912-496-2583 today. They're also on Facebook at ESP Specialist Fabrication. ESP is a proud sponsor of Charlton Sportsnet.
Okefenokee Rural Electric Membership Corporation has been providing quality electric service at a competitive price to residential, commercial, and industrial customers in southeast Georgia and northeast Florida since 1939. For tips and advice on how to save electricity and stretch your energy dollars, call 1-800-262-5131 and speak to your marketing representative. We are a cooperative owned by those we serve.
3. Welcome to the Coach Marchman Show season finale, or season wrap-up show, rather. Just got through with your 9th consecutive year of appearing in the GHSA Class A public playoffs, Coach. That's quite an accomplishment.
Well, I appreciate that. It all wrapped up on Saturday. It's unfortunate we didn't plan on the season ending then, but it did. But I am proud of the team for making it to the state playoffs once again.
I know it was another great year, good run. Made it all the way to Atlanta for the first round against Bowden. Quite a facility up there, nice field, nice facilities and everything. We had the maidens earlier in the week as well, so it was a full week for CSN. Right. We were up there all week. But getting back to baseball, 7 region titles and 2 state titles in a 9-year run. Boy, that's awesome, and looking to continue because this group here is young. I mean, you've graduated. You're graduating 5 seniors?
Yeah, it was a very young team. Lance Horn is a senior, Trevor Knowles, Tyler Chesser, Walker Hewling, and I feel like I'm missing one.
Walker, Trevor,
Tyler.
Trey.
Trey's a junior.
Yeah. Oh, okay, so you got him back.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good deal. And you got these young guns coming up too.
Wade
and Carter and group.
That's where I was going with that. We're graduating some really good ones. Trevor's a 4-year starter. Lance did a good job of stepping into the left field spot this year. We were happy to have Walker on our team. His brother played for one of our state championship teams, Ty, of course, has been starting since day one. So we're going to miss those guys greatly, but fortunately we have some young players who I think are ready to help take the reins and help us to move forward and to go get another region championship.
I know looking back at the playoff round, whoa, we get a little bit of wind out here. Yeah. I've been sitting out here for 30 minutes, no wind. You show up, Coach, and the wind starts blowing. Hey, looking back at the playoff round, that first game, you're freshman, right? Trent Gray's
a 10th grader.
10th grader, yeah. Okay. Sophomore. Comes in, does a great job game one. You win 9-4.
Yeah, so, the thing about Trent is, we talked about how we wanted him to throw in that game, and he was able to get the win. I still think, looking back, that there's some things that he can improve on, cut down on the walks, getting ahead of batters. But he did a good job of changing speeds in the strike zone, gave us a chance, and we just hit the crap out of the ball in the first game. I think we had 12 hits or something like that. So we just really hit it well. We made a lot of mistakes on defense, but because we were able to keep the pressure on them, we're hitting the ball so well, we were able to find a win. And when you win 9-4 and you walk 7 and give up 5 errors, it's tough to do. So, I tip my hat to those guys for finding a way to win that first game. But unfortunately, moving on into the next game 2 and game 3, you just can't recover from walks and errors, and that is what sealed it for us. That's
Yeah.
what kind of ended the season for us, walks and errors. And we've kind of been having a problem with that all year long.
It was kind of uncharacteristic of Indians baseball with the amount of the walks and errors. It seemed like in a playoff.
Well,
I've never seen y'all do like that in a playoff
I
series.
think it's uncharacteristic of a typical Indians team. But this year, all year, we've had the same issue. You know, we've been having a hard time making the adjustment and throwing more strikes, especially earlier in the count. And then, you know, when you walk someone and then you make an error on top of it, you know, your problems have doubled. So we just continued to do that, and we just couldn't find a way to make the adjustment and improve on that. And that's something we're going to work hard on in the off season and try to be better at next year.
You know, you've got a young group, so they'll be able to get them developed
Sure.
and get them prepared for next season. I mean, a group this young, you made the first round with them this year, so it's looking up. Nothing looking down around here. It's looking up.
No, yeah, there's definitely, listen, my guys played hard. You know, they played hard. They went up against a good Bowden team. Give them credit. Those guys pitched it well, and they really hit it when they needed to. And their backs were up against the wall. You know, you're down a game already, and you know, we had tie going in game 2, and we thought we really had a shot to go and get them, but we just had a hard time throwing strikes, and those guys did what it takes to force a game 3. Then in game 3, they really came to play. You know, they hit the ball well and got up on us early, and we tried to scratch and claw and fight and had a couple home runs. You know,
Yeah, got back in it there for a little bit.
But then once again, you know, the walks and the errors, we just could not recover from it. And then in the very end, you know, that last game was closer than the score. You know, they got a timely hit there at the end to end the game. Which is unfortunate. You know, I feel like we could have kept it at 10-3 there in the, I don't know if it was the 5th or the 6th. That we still, I felt like we could still find a way to get back into it. But then they got that big hit there. It was a big hit for them because it ended the game. I mean, it put them up by 10, and the mercy rule ended the game for us. But like I said, you know, we played hard in that game, and the game was closer than the score. And we definitely have plenty to build on for the future. You know, people like Tyler Chesser and Trevor Knowles are hard to replace.
No doubt about it.
Especially because, you know, they're both 4-year starters, both all-region candidates just about every single year. And, you know, and they both play premium positions with shortstop, pitcher, and catcher. So they will be hard to replace, but fortunately, we have some good players in this program. We got some guys who I think are ready to work hard, and they're looking for the challenge of going to get another region championship. So, you know, Charlton County baseball is in a good spot, even though our season has ended in April, which is definitely something that we're not used to. You know, we're definitely used to playing baseball in May, and it's tough to swallow that we're not playing right now, but that's just how it goes, and we just got to get better.
All right, Coach. We're going to take a quick break. We'll jump back in when we come back. We'll talk about your all-region representatives.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
Hey Indian fans, did you know you're eligible to join the United First Federal Credit Union? We are your hometown financial institution offering services such as online banking, mobile deposit, free checking, and much more. And if you're in the market to purchase a vehicle, our auto loan rates start as low as 2.99 for those who qualify. We are conveniently located at 3773 2nd Street South in Folkestone. Federally insured by NCUA and equal housing lender.
Charlton Electric now serving Charlton and surrounding counties. With over 20 years experience in both commercial and residential services, our electricians can meet your needs. We offer installation on whole house generators, service upgrades, mobile home services, troubleshooting, ceiling fan and light fixture installations, and much more. Call us today for an estimate at 912-276-7661. Whistling Dixie Custom Framing and Unique Gifts and Cafe is located at 3742 Main Street in downtown Folkestone, Georgia. Lunches are served on Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Come join the fun food and fellowship whether you're a local, tourist, or a Royal fan. We also serve Bluebell ice cream, coffees, and lattes. While dining, feel free to browse around as we also have custom framing, train art, custom t-shirts, and unique gifts. Looking for a real lodging? You can also stay at the Chessy Caboose or the Peaks Cabin. Come see us.
Clark Seafood, located at 4174 North 2nd Street, your local seafood shop. Call 912-496-2430 for all of your seafood needs. We feature oysters from St. Augustine as well as garlic trays. Stop in and see us today. El Cheapo Folkestone, located on US 1 South across from Dairy Queen. They have the lowest gas. Welcome back to the Coach Marchman Show. Right now we're going to talk about our region representatives. Coach, I have them up here from our Facebook page. That's coming up right now. There you go on our screen. Our fantastic representation for the Indians on the All-Region 2 team.
Yeah, Trevor was, I think he's been the Offensive Player of the Year 2 different times now, which he was this year. Last year, he was the Region Player of the Year, so really proud of that. Like, when you have the Offensive Player of the Year, the Region Player of the Year, those type Defensive Player of the Year, those types of things, when you have that guy on your team, you really feel good about, the things that he's done for your program, the success that he's helped bring to the program, and that's something that those guys did. So, Trevor was named by the coaches as the Offensive Player of the Year. Wade Roderfer was the co-freshman of the year with a kid from Lanier. So it's great to have that. Wade stepped in and hit that leadoff spot for us for most of the season, which is a very tough spot to be. And he also plays a tough position in center field and did a great job at it too, by the way. Just a fantastic outfielder.
He had a fantastic season out there in that outfit. I have some highlights of him out there.
Oh, yeah.
He just made some great catches out
Played
there.
excellent defense for us and swung the bat very well. And plus, he runs well too. So that was good. We also had Tyler Chesser, who was a first-team infielder, basically because how he swung the bat. Connor and Ty and Trevor. All those guys had over 30 hits for the season. So that's there's a lot to be said about that. AJ was also a first team player,
Baker.
and that's fantastic because I left AJ out on the seniors when we were talking about the seniors earlier. AJ's a senior.
That's right. Yeah.
We left him out, but not that we won't miss him because we definitely will. AJ didn't play last year. And so he played his freshman and sophomore year and then didn't play his junior year. For him to come back as a senior and to step into the middle of the order role and to do as well as he did was big for us. We're so happy to have him back, and we're going to miss AJ as well. He's a good teammate too, but I was proud that he was a first team selection as well.
Especially after taking a year off for AJ, like you said, taking a year off, going out there, starting out there in right field, and holding it down out there. He made some clutch catches out here in some big games right here at Indian Field this year.
Yeah, and he had some big hits as well. I'm looking at the statistics. He had over 20 RBIs. He batted 315, and he was hitting around 350 for most of the season. He kind of fell off there a little bit in the last few games, but overall, especially considering that he didn't play for a whole year, he really had a fantastic year, and it made me feel good that he was back out here as a senior where he's supposed to be and helping us win baseball games.
All right. Coach, I know you have some stats and so forth you want to hit on. I know Trevor. Is Trevor getting looks next level? I know his brother's over at South Georgia State.
Yeah, from what I know, I think Trevor has he currently has an offer, and there are definitely other teams who are looking at him right now. I know he's going to a workout this weekend, so he's still trying to find his home next year. But Trevor's a college baseball player, and he's going to play at the next level. And whatever team gets him, they're going to be lucky to have.
They're
him.
going to get one heck of a catcher.
That's right. They're going to get one heck of a baseball player, and that's and he will definitely he will do us proud wherever he goes next.
I know I've referred to him as your field general off and on over the last couple of years, and he's definitely that, and he would take that to the next level as well.
Yep, that's right. And like I said, he plays a very tough position. Field general is a good word for it, and he has the type of personality that he's going to succeed at the next level as well. I have no doubt. So we're not sure where he's going to go yet, but it will be somewhere, and he's going to do a good job there. So.
Well, congratulations to all of those seniors. Talking about the younger guys now you got coming up, you're looking toward the off season. Next year changes a little bit. I believe it's next year. The power rankings go away, right?
Is
that next year or the following year?
Okay.
Year. So we still have to deal with the power rankings. Florida school still counting that now, right?
Yes, correct. Yeah.
So when you're scheduling that, all of that comes into play and
sure
everything.
Does. Yeah. This year, we ended up being 19-11. One of our goals was to win the region championship, and that's a lofty goal considering you graduated 10 players from the year before, and we wanted to win 20 games. We just fell short of that. But I tell you, a single A team or a double A team, if you graduate 10 and the next year you win 19 games, I think you're probably going to take that. So we have high expectations of our players and our program. Mm-hmm. But our guys played hard all year long, and
they did.
And we were a young group, and I just think that they're just going to get better. So.
Oh yeah, it's definitely going to look up. I know we had some games right here that went extra innings. Lanier one night went here extra innings, and the boys just kept battling. I mean, for a young group to step up like that and coalesce together and keep battling, they didn't roll over.
That's right.
They kept fighting the whole time. You had Wade, Mr. Clutch here for a little stretch there. How many game winners did he have out here with hits over the fence and clutch hits, doubles?
There were several times when we were down and we would come back. We'd make so many mistakes defensively that it would just put a lot of pressure on our offense. And a lot of times we found a way. Our downfall was that sometimes it was just too much and we couldn't find a way. We were just trying to. It was too much of an uphill battle. Mm-hmm. But these are things we're going to improve on, and we have young players that are good baseball players, and we're going to get better at these things, and perhaps next year we'll be playing for that region championship like we wanted to do this year.
All right. You got some Bethune guys coming up now this year too, right?
Yeah, we got a whole boatload of 8th graders coming in, and the middle school team had a good season this year, and we're really looking forward to getting those guys out here practicing with us. So we'll see if they can help us fill some holes, which I think they can. I think there's some players there who can help us immediately, and those who can't help us immediately, there's skills there that can definitely that can be nourished, and they're gonna come along just fine and be key members of our varsity baseball team.
Well, off season starts. When does your off season start up immediately, or summer ball?
Well, once your season ends, practice has to stop. This is something we're not used to. So normally we're still practicing now, because we're still playing.
I know you and I both felt like we should be right there.
Yeah, I thought we'd be having practice today, but unfortunately it didn't work out that way. So, practice. The season is over until the last day of school, and then as soon as school ends, that next week we start summer baseball, and we'll be playing games, and we'll have a tournament here again and all those kind of things. So it starts as soon as school gets out. Then we'll start summer baseball.
All right, I know Tammy. Now we're talking about a while ago. You're talking about being used to having another round.
Right.
She was saying, "What do we do?" I said, "Well, I've got the Coach Marchman show today, and then graduation."
So you got some
it's
time
weird.
off.
I haven't had this time off this year. You usually keep me hopping, Coach.
I know it. I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. It's all right, man. I've had a lot of fun. It's been a blast. Yeah, you have anything you want to see? You got some stats and roster here?
And we, I just brought these just for some reference. We were talking about Trevor earlier, and AJ, and all these guys, all these seniors, and Ty. They all combined for over 70 hits, and actually, over 100 hits. And with those seniors, I'm just proud they had a good season. And Lance played such good defense for us in left field. Walker was a team guy who helped make us better every single day. I'm going to miss those seniors. I'm proud of those guys and that I got to coach them, that I'm a part of their life, and that they're Indians. So just
some group.
I just want to wish them the best and make sure that they know they're always welcome here, which they know that. But there are some statistics of note that I wanted to talk about. Connor Nelson was a player who was thrust into the lineup last year. As a freshman, he had to play. We had a starter, one of those 4-year starters quit right when the season started, and Connor was just kind of shoved into and he had a tough year offensively. It was tough, because we were just asking.
It's a big adjustment.
Asking a lot of him. And this year, he just proved that he was ready for that, that task this year. He ended up batting 330 and led our team in home runs.
Had an awesome season at bat.
And RBIs. Just became a better hitter, and he still wants to get better, and he's still working at it. And so I wanted to mention that. And Trevor ended up hitting like 460 something. Like he had a good playoff round. So he may be the highest single season batting average in school history. I don't know that 468 was his final. I don't know that for sure, but I'm gonna double check that when I get back to school. But if it's not the highest, it's one of the top 2 or 3. There's no question about that. So these are just some things that I feel like that people should know, because I'm just proud of the effort that we had. Wade as a freshman almost had 30 hits. He had 29 hits.
Who's that?
Wade Rodefer, and if he didn't get hurt, he broke his finger there in Eccles. And if he didn't get hurt, then he'd went over to 30 mark in hits too. You get 30, but you get 30 hits in a season, you've done something. It's really special. He had 29 hits, so he was right there. But yeah, those guys could do it. Sean Russell's a freshman who started off really slow. He's having I don't think he got a first hit for like 6 games into the season. But then he just came on strong at the end. He had a home run at Bowden, and
he did.
And he just kind of got hot towards the end of the season,
right.
and so we did show improvement. We just didn't show the improvement at the rate that I wanted.
All together at the same time.
All together at the same time, and just kind of coming together and becoming a more mature team. That's one of the things that we really missed on this year is having the maturity to go prepare for big games. We had a hard time doing that, and big games kind of got away from us. And I think that the maturity level was a reason why, not knowing exactly how to prepare and trying to learn the expectations of myself and the rest of the coaching staff. So with knowing these things, I feel like the next season they'll know better how to prepare.
Yeah.
The big moments. They'll be
and
ready
they've experienced the big stage now
They've
at Bowden, so it won't be for the freshmen. It won't be that.
Yeah, but
awe of the stage.
You know how it is. We have several playoff-like games. The clinch games, the Telfair games, the Irwin games. They're all like playoffs
every week.
So and it's a good region. We play in a good region, and our region is representing the state playoffs very well. With Irwin and Clinch in the top 8, and Wilcox was a 24 team who beat a whatever.
They went up there and whatever it was to ECI.
ECI, yeah, and the 9 seed, I think, and so that says a lot about our region, and we had a shot. We were a 20 playing a 12, and we won the first game, and just we couldn't put together a good game to close it out, but. I liked our chances. I felt really good about it, and I thought we had a good shot at winning it, but we didn't. Bowden played very well. They hit the ball when they needed it, and those guys, their pitchers did just enough. So I want to wish them good luck because they deserve it. They definitely deserve to move on to the next round, and it's just got to be a learning experience for us. So next year we can be the team that's moving on. Oh
yeah, we'll be back next year, no doubt about it. Fans have no reason to be discouraged. They need to be encouraged just from the sheer youth and everything of this team.
Yep.
You're going to hit them hard this summer, get them going, gelled up, and ready for next fall or next spring.
Yeah, that's right. So now it's all about next year. So and next year starts now. So
next year, it does. There's no break for you guys either. I know the football coaches say the same thing. It's over. We're looking at next year already.
Looking ahead. That's right.
You don't really get a chance to savor as a coach because you're always planning one step ahead.
Well, we even as this young team, I believe that they feel like we should have done more. Even with this young team, I know the coaching staff feels this way, and I get a sense from the players too that they're thinking, we should have done a little bit more this year. Now, maybe not win a state championship, but we had a real shot at winning this region, and we just fell short in a couple of games where we just missed out and
I wouldn't sell yourself short on the state championship. I mean, I'm no baseball expert, but in my opinion, like you were just mentioning with the field, it's wide open this year. I mean, there's maybe one or two dominant teams in Sly and Gordon Lee, but that's year in, year out. But the rest of them I thought was pretty, in my opinion, I thought it was pretty a balanced field, I guess is what I'm looking for.
Yeah, I mean, the opportunities were there for us, but that's just what I'm saying is I feel like the team feels like, we kind of missed out on some opportunities to move forward, and that's okay. We just have to learn from it and make sure that we're just twice as good next year and that we're ready for the big moment and we take advantage of our opportunities. So it's something it's a blessing to have the young players we have, and it's also a blessing for us to have the seniors that we had who just really have contributed so much to the program that they're leaving it in good hands. And and then those seniors, AJ and Lance and Walker, Trevor and Ty, those guys are a big part of the Indian family. Always will be. But they have set the stage for
and they're class kids.
Sure, they
set
are.
a good example.
They've set the stage for what's expected out of Charlton County baseball players moving forward. So that's the most important thing we can ask from them.
All right, Coach. Before we get out of here, if you have a minute, I want to talk about the maidens real quick. What a job Coach Baxter and his staff did with the girls this year, making it a state championship tournament in all classifications, just not Class A. I mean, they were competing up there with Kennesaw Mountain and Oconee, and I mean those guys.
The big guys. Yeah, I mean, listen. We were talking about just me and Mr. Cooper were talking about this in the office the other day. Is let's win everything. You know what I mean? I'm proud of those girls, because they're going to compete, they're going to win. Slow pitch, fast pitch, baseball, golf, it doesn't matter. We like our students, our student athletes to go and compete, and that's exactly what the maidens did, and everybody's proud of them too.
We are so blessed with the student athletes here in this little bitty school down here in the corner of Southeast Georgia. It seems like every sport we're knocking on the door with somebody around here in the state.
We're trying to anyway, yeah.
And I know Atlanta loves us down here, don't they?
Yeah.
Hey, Coach, I appreciate it as usual.
Yes, sir.
You have any fundraisers or anything going on you want to hit on before we get out?
Not just yet. Just we're going to have with summer baseball starting. I think we're going to have a T-shirt sale going to help with summer baseball expenses. We'll also have a couple baseball camps here right in the middle of June. And then,
let me know about those, and I'll throw them up on the page and everything for you.
We'll also have a tournament here, the 18th, 19th, and 20th baseball tournament, where a bunch of schools will come in and play some baseball games. So that's what's coming up for us next. Right now, we just need all these student athletes to do a good job on these EOCs, these final exams, and let's get these guys graduated and get the rest of them moving towards graduation. That's our focus now.
Grades.
That's right. Grades.
All right, Coach. Thanks again.
Yep.
I appreciate it. We'll see you next season.
Sounds
I'll
good.
see you graduation, night of graduation.
Yep, I'll be there.
All right. Thank you for your time as usual. Thank you all for watching the Coach Marchman Show season finale. We'll see y'all next year. May 24th is graduation, right?
Oh man, you put me on the spot there. I don't have my calendar and put that. Okay. Sounds about right. Yeah, I think May
That sounds
24th
about
is
right.
the last day. Yeah.
All right, well, we'll see y'all the night of graduation live on Charlton Sportsnet. Have a great week, everybody. Thank you for watching. The lowest gas prices in town, along with discount beverages and a huge selection of lottery tickets. They're a proud sponsor of the Charlton Sports Network, and they wish the Maidens and Indians the best of luck in the playoffs. Stop in, fill up, and tell them CSN sent you.
Thrift Farm and Feed, located at 43 Depot Street in Folkestone, is owned and operated by Tim Birchall. Tim invites you to come by and check out his selection of Georgia boots, cactus ropes, and Rocky boots. They also have a full selection of livestock feeds, Showtime dog foods, and hardware. The Birchall family is proud of number 4, Scott Birchall, and wish the Indians good luck this season.
Para mi gente, con una pasión tan fuerte.
Robert Phillips is a public servant you know and trust. Robert has 37 years in law enforcement and would like to utilize that experience as sheriff of Charlton County. Phillips asks for your vote for sheriff on May 19, 2020. He would also like to wish the Indians and Maidens the best of luck in their hunt for a state championship. Paid for by the committee to elect Robert Phillips Sheriff.